Bob will be back with us. I believe, Bob, we're going to be doing another 7 p.m. Zoom with you on Monday night, right?
I have got to look at my schedule, Pastor Gary. Like I said, part of what I meant to train on was, and it is, I trained on it in my earlier session. Yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and do it here in this session. Since you asked that in a meeting, since you put me on the spot in a meeting without asking that in advance to me, I'm going to answer to everybody else. Everyone, I've done a lot of Zooms, and that's the way we do it, because most people don't know how to present. Most people don't know how to give it to someone else. But leaders learn how to present this business themselves. And eventually, I have people to do what I do, and I've kind of taught it when I was physically there in Hawaii, by taking a video, playing the video, and pausing it at certain points. And by pausing it at certain points, you can get an emphasis. But if you can't do these things yet, part of our leadership training, and that's why I want to refer to people to the other training I gave earlier this morning at 10 to the people that don't have leaders in their group, and I still do their training for them like I'm doing for Hawaii right now. But believe me, you're going to have Hawaii people, leaders that are going to start doing their own trainings, and they won't be on here anymore because they're going to be doing it with their group and in their way, but they're going to be training the same thing. And that's what networking and learning the skills, attitudes, and techniques and duplication is all about. So number one, the video, pausing it, and let me give you a couple examples where to pause. Okay, let's take that gallon of milk, $1 bill and a 1 ounce silver coin. Bought a gallon of milk in 1965. But in 2019, a $1 bill wouldn't buy hardly anything in a container of milk, any size, okay? But that 1 ounce silver coin bought 5.1 gallons of milk, but that's 2019. So here's the pause. You pause it and you say, well, but the real key, and you pause it after they talk about the movie, because you want to go back to the milk. So you pause after they talk about the movie, pause. And you say, now let's bring this up to date. That was 2019. Just to show you the things we just learned earlier about the dollar and silver, how silver keeps gaining more purchasing power for it. Isn't this 2021? And you can do the same thing if you're doing a PDF presentation like I do for y'all in the Zoom, or if you are doing a one-on-one presentation using your wealth strategies. Let me get it where I can see, you can see it. Oh, heck. This aggravates me. Oh, there it is. There you go, like your wealth strategies book page there. So you say, hey, look, this is 2021. So what will a dollar buy us today in milk? Not even a taste somewhere. But that same 1 ounce silver coin in 2021, about over 7 gallons of milk today. So in just a short period of time, it went from 5 to 7. So it gained value. So what if you had $100 in the bank and you're drawing interest on it, and that same time, 2019 a year, maybe you have $101, but shouldn't you have that $100 in silver coins? And then what would it be worth? So bingo, and then press play. and then you go into I have like 4 interruption points that I've talked. And then you can then let the video do the walk and the talk. And at the end, you just say, do you see why we're doing this? Don't you want to own some gold and silver? Don't you want to get it at lower cost? Wouldn't you want to be part of what we're doing? Wouldn't you want to be teaching your friends, relatives, this information by sharing it with them? And we'll help you. We put together a team. So this is beginning training here for all you new associates. I mean, all you new members, because you're not an associate till you have one on your left, one on your right. Okay. And so what we want to do here is teach people how to duplicate and not have to always go to a presentation. I know in the beginning, that's what we need to do. And that's why I did so many of them and keep doing them. But see, I cut my whole US group off. I don't just do them all the time. Now, some people present that for their group because they never teach their group how to do what I teach. And that's the way you get the largest growing, duplicating organization, because once you learn that how, then you're the teacher of the teachers. Then you make more teachers who are teachers of teachers. And that's how you build a large, growing residual income and group. And it keeps ping-ponging around the world that way. So, the book, the PDF. So maybe everyone can't do a Zoom. And sometimes, one-on-one Zooms, kind of like the Zooms that Gary and Cheryl and Colleen and I were having with individual or little groups of people in that first intensive session. But I really do want different people to learn how to do Zooms because that's going to be necessary, I think, for some of the island leaders. I call it island leaders. That's Garrett Island State, right? And so, because you got so many other, like Guam. You can't do. How you going to do? You can't play the video over the internet real well. You have to depend on them. You can't pause it. There are ways to do it through Zoom that I teach, but I want everyone to learn how to present. Okay. And don't worry, all of our new people, you don't have to present right now, okay? Because I know sometimes people say, whoa, wait a minute. No, you got a team to help you do this and a team of leaders to help you do this. And we will always have Zooms for you to participate in. In fact, that's the one that Christine Campbell, I really like her Zoom. I helped Christine when she first came in and, got to the point where she was, what do I do next? And she was asking various leaders. So Christine, not even in my group, she's in Bruce Harris's organization, who's above me, but I like Bruce and she's on his, let's say, pay leg on his opposite side. And she had lots of talents and lots of capability. And I met her and I helped her with learning my system and that she could use with her people. And she's jumped up to silver. And she's quite a teacher. She's had a large marketing and commercial experience in the corporate world. And that's why she's really good at these Zoom. Me, I had to learn Zoom on my own. She does Zoom seminars. She doesn't do a Zoom presentation. She does the webinars, which you can play videos on. You can have more graphics and it's more dynamic and more real time over the internet. And I've seen several of her presentations. And so I said, do you mind if because she says at the end, get back with the person who referred you to this presentation. So that means she isn't trying to sponsor your people of her presentation. So I can have a presentation that other people in my group can go to, and they know to get back to Bevel and Ronnie, or get back to Pastor Gary, or get back to Colleen, or get back to Pete or Shelley or Jocelyn or Patty, or any of the new people that have just joined us in this team. So, and she does it twice a day, 5 days a week. Now that's opportunity. Now you may not be up at that time, but you may have someone in the mainland or in another country that those times are perfect for. And so now you have something to refer to. So Christine is also added, because of some of the people in the 7K Hawaii Ohana team has been utilizing that. She has added a new time. And just for Hawaii. And I thought that was just so gracious and beneficial of her to spend that extra amount. But so it's called payback. So she's given back to me what I've given to her for our team. And I just think that's a wonderful job. And it shows what true 7K teamwork can be. It doesn't matter if you're in somebody's pay lag or not pay lag. But when you can have true, honest cooperation between different leaders, and like I have with Diane Graver. Diane Graver is a super teacher and so experienced in networking, and she's a great teacher. And she does a webinar or a Zoom. I'm going to have to see her new times, but I did post it many times from my other groups, and many of them were on it. And she has a morning call. It's called Coffee with Leaders. And she does a training with various leaders and gets fit. I've been on it several times. And so there are certain leaders that I do want you to utilize, and their trainings, their thoughts, their concepts. But then there are other leaders that I would like you kind of to stay away from, to be honest, but that's me. If you want them, that's your decision. See, it's an independent business. Everybody has their own choice of what they want to do. I just put it this way. I have proven now for 3 successive times, outside of the global world, traditional business, which I've proven myself over and over and over in multiple markets and growing divisions and market, but in networking alone, this is my 3rd, and I've built large sustaining organizations each time, and I did it with my system. So I say that my system works because many people in networking can't do it again. A lot of the past leaders, when they get in another company, they can't do it again, or they don't do it as big as they did before. And so I always tell people when they're learning, and we got new people here, would you rather follow a recipe of success, make a cake where it comes out the same way every time, or would you just like to try and say, here are all the ingredients, you figure out how to mix them up and what to do, and you just keep make a cake until you get it right? Well, that's what it is in network marketing. It is people helping people, teaching people, and I have a system, and it's a proven system. It works, and it works all the time. So our new people joining, welcome to 7K. Welcome to, I say, the greatest opportunity in the world, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. It is the greatest opportunity in the world because you get to build and accumulate wealth, while you're building a plan B, while you're securing wealth, and while you're accumulating wealth. And no one ever taught you about gold and silver, God's money. And I've been into gold and silver for over 30 years, and it's the only thing that has really sustained me and kept growing when everything else either went bankrupt or went to pot, except when I was doing real estate development. My money wasn't at risk. It was just my brains and my time. And I got paid if it worked, and I didn't get paid if it didn't work, but I didn't lose any money. Well, that was pretty good too at that time. So that's the way it is here. For as little as $199 plus fees, if you go that route, you can learn how and develop a residual income of $500 a week or more for the rest of your life over time. Or for what you should start at a minimum $499, that's a business in a box. You couldn't even get the websites for what that is. So need to understand the value of what you have in your hands. That's number one. You as a person need to understand the value of your membership that you just purchased. And you purchased a membership. And you purchased it from a person you trusted. What better way to buy it than from a person you trusted? And so now, by learning that you got something of real value, you have no reason to have any shame or embarrassment about presenting it to those that you love and care for the most. Now, I teach in this business, first, don't go just, unless you're just that kind of person that you're always excited and you jump up and down, you can't help but do it, and that's fine. And because, a lot of people get their business growing real quick that way because that's who they are. Okay. And people just join them because they're so excited and they want to be part of what they do. But everybody's got to start to learn a little bit. Sometimes it isn't just all emotions and excitement that builds a business, because it takes a little understanding. Okay. It's not you join this and you're going to get rich quick. No, definitely not that. Okay. And so what do we do? Well, what do we do first? Well, you want you onboarded correctly. Okay. Now I have a series of emails that kind of outlines things. It's called my 7K Urgent 7. And if you haven't been given those, then we have duplication breakdown. So, and when I do trainings like this, every leader is going to hear me say this. And so it becomes incumbent upon them to make sure this is passed on and duplicated. Because when you sign up as a member, you should already got urgent number 1, urgent number 1A, and urgent number 2, because it's going to introduce you to the business family pack by me and why. And it's also going to introduce you to how to not make mistakes in enrollments. And it's also going to introduce you to some of the first communication things that you need to do to make sure that you have a support team behind you. Because if we don't know that you're in the team, then we can't support you real well. And so that's part of the things that we put through and that we've been doing for 4.5 years in our team. Because we do like to welcome our new member. We do like to congratulate you, even before the company congratulates you on your rank ups. We like to do it inside of our team. And we like for you to know that you have not only your sponsor and your local leadership team, but you got some more leadership team to back you up. I call it the 1, 2, 3 punch. Okay. So you can keep getting help along the line, but never circumvent your local help. Never circumvent those that can help you right there. Always give them first opportunity to help you. Okay. So how do you get started? We already said I already just gave you that. So I am going to show you real quick some of the things. So I'm sharing my video here. If I can find the right thing to share again. And I'm going to go. Now, you'll learn about the downline report, but I want to show you when you go into your back office and log in for the first time, and your sponsor should have showed you that. Your sponsor should have showed you about your profile. Your sponsor should have showed you how to display your name, your email, and your phone number at the bottom of your website. Because if you don't do it, it doesn't happen automatically. And that's also part of communication amongst us in the group. But people visiting your website, they won't know if it's really you, or they won't know how to get in contact you. And you don't want them to go to somebody else's website. You want them to contact you, okay, if they're looking around for 7K and they land on your website. So the very first thing you should be doing is click on in your dashboard, go to training. You'll have a block there. You'll see go to training. It's going to bring you to this training center. And you should have been shown that. And you should have been shown in your back office links to take you to associate training, where you can go through the associate training. But that comes next. And you'll see that in my 7 letters of instruction, one after another, of what you should do step by step. It's just a step-by-step recipe of what you should be doing in this time. And so one of the things that I always show people before I show them the training, I show them the file vault. Now, why do I show them the file vault? This is where you get all the downloadable documents from 7K. And you just click on anything you want here, and they got them titled, and you'll see how many files they got in there. They got 14 files here under Facebook, cover, photos, and skins. So don't make stuff, because that's against the policies and procedures. You can only use authorized logos that you can use, or authorized parts if you want to do anything in the public in writing about 7K, because we're independent members. Also, you'll have questions about Pay Quicker. What is that? Well, a lot of people don't know how to explain that properly, but here you get Pay Quicker help right here, and there's 4 files. It's how to set up your account, how to get help with it, how to administer it, and what is that? That's where you get a debit card, and you can send money from your Sound Money wallet to Pay Quicker. And then you can transfer it to your bank, or you can use it on your debit card. That's what Pay Quicker is. It's a 7K debit card. The share plan, remember I talked about the share plan, Sound Money and Wealth Strategies. But let's click on Wealth Strategies for a second. Now you're going to see, here's the PDF presentation that I downloaded to my computer. You should download this PDF to your computers, because that's a quick, easy way that you can take on a tablet or laptop, and you can show, you don't need internet connection, and you still have the booklet on PDF in your smart instrument. This is a PowerPoint presentation of the same wealth strategies, and this is Keynote for those that like Apple type products, and it works better and faster than Apple. And so we go back to all folders, and I want to give an example of the share plan, because there's 2 documents in share plan. This is just a one page share plan that I just showed a few minutes ago, and it's just 1 page. This is the share plan detail. It has the benefits wheel, the written explanation of the share comp plan, and then that 1 page summary of the comp plan. These are things that you should download like right now before you forget where they are and you say, where was that I was supposed to get this? But that's okay. We're all that way. And don't worry about that. We're all here to help you learn how. And that's what we're all about. And so then the next thing you want to do is start training. Okay. Once you start training, okay, you want to go through what? Onboarding. Okay. You want to go through not buyer certification yet. It depends. If you've got all these questions about gold, silver, this is where you're going to learn it. Buyer certification. That tells you about the gold, silver market, bullion, collectible coins, and just it gives you enough of the basics that you're going to be well informed. Okay. The Wealth System, this is an app you put on your phone to help peak interest and to keep records of people, and you get to see who clicked on links. But you need to learn how to download it, put on your phone. Your sponsor and your local leader should be able to show you, and they should, probably start having classes at some time for multiple people to do it all together. This is the Wealth System app you put on your thing. And when you click on this and watch these videos, it shows you how and explains how to use it. And you can always use it as a reference to go back when you've got it loaded and, oh, well, I forgot how to do what. Well, here's your instruction. Then here's your first start. This gives you your real quick start training. And it's a quick start. It's less than an hour, it's 17 minutes. There it is. See, they give you the times on all of them. 17 minutes, 20 minutes. Now the buyer certification is kind of longer because it's multiple videos about multiple things in a marketplace. But the ones I want you to watch first is 20, 19, and 17. That's not even an hour. Okay, so those should be immediately consumed if you're ready and want to build a business. The next thing that you should watch, and very important, is website walkthrough. Now, this is extremely important because this is all the links in your back office, and they break them down into the sections. And these are all just been redone. They're very quick, very, very professional, and this becomes your bibliography for your website. Anytime you want to say, well, where is this? Where I remember it somewhere. Well, just go here to training, go to website walkthrough and look for what you're looking for. And guess what? Just start it and videos come up that quickly. I mean, these are all 3, 4, some of them aren't even 2 minutes long. And now for installing your Sound Money wallet and linking it up and getting it hooked up and linking it to your bank, right here, you must watch what's in your back office about Sound Money in the website, and then come here and get trained. These are very short, but before you start to do your Sound Money wallet setup, please watch Sound Money wallet video 6 and Sound Money wallet video 2 as item 6 and 7 in your website walkthrough. And I'm going to return to all the courses, and I'm going to stop sharing, and we're brought back to each other. And the next thing that we want to do is build a list and understand part of my system. You'll get the rest of your 7 emails from that I put out that I get everybody to duplicate. I do a detailed comp plan training as part of that 7 that you get to see. I also give you some of the objection handling thing and then tools to help it, but I also introduce you to my system, and everyone should introduce you to my system that I have. And I'm going to go real quick and do that extremely fast if you don't mind. But My system is a very simple one. And it seems so simple that a lot of people say, how could this be? Well, first of all, you need to make a commitment. You need to make a commitment to you and me and to your sponsor that you really want to see the big return. And that's why you join 7K. And so you need to have a commitment of 2 years of learning. Anything in life you do, you got to learn. Doesn't matter if you want to be a carpenter, electrician, you want to write code, you want to, be an engineer, you want to be an architect, you want to be a computer programmer, you're going to be a business executive, you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be a pharmacist, anything in life. We all admit we must learn. Doesn't matter what it is. So you're going to have to learn how to do network marketing. It's truly an industry and truly a skill. It's not just a thing you do on the side. This is, treat it like big business, and it would treat you like big business. And except you don't have to pay $40,000 or 300 grand or $500,000 for the franchise. You're going to get part of that. And that's what you got with 7K. Not even 5 years old yet, and expanding and soon to expand all around the world. So, just understand you're not going to get rich quick. You're going to build it brick by brick, person by person, helping other people help other people. It is a helping people business. It is a teaching business. And if you don't know how to teach, don't worry, we'll teach you how to teach. And that's the whole point, if you're willing to learn how. But you got to be willing to learn how. And please read this to you people you sponsor, read it together, and then discuss it. And then tell them what they have to do. This is their job description. Everybody wants to know what they have to do. Well, this is it. The main thing is that commitment. And just, I want you to make a commitment to me like the pig does to our breakfast, and, not the chicken. The pig is committed. The chicken just contributes. So, how many hours are you going to commit to this? The more you commit, the more you're going to learn, the more you're going to build a solid foundation. So you're going to do 5, 10, 15, 20. How many hours are you going to commit? This is the minimum, absolute minimum required if you really want to treat this as a business and not a hobby. Okay, we're going to teach you, don't get scared by this, but we're going to teach you how to expose. And we do that. Expose doesn't mean you're doing a presentation. It means you use our methods of introducing people, piquing people's interest, and introducing people to 7K. And then most of your time of that 10 hours is going to be spent you learning about 7K in a 7K way. And you got lots of training videos. We've already seen that, but we hadn't even talked about that associate training. And so you got that to go through, and then attend. Yeah, you need to attend, like we're doing right now, a training once a week minimum. But you need to attend some things that are happening to stay involved and stay up to date. The company has a corporate Zoom, okay, every Monday night. Now that's Monday night mainland time, Mountain Standard Time. Now you'll have to look at it at Hawaii time would be about, if I'm not mistaken, about 5 p.m. and 4 p.m. in the afternoon, your time on Mondays. Well, if you can't watch it and be in it live, you can go to the replay and you can fast forward through certain sections and really get the gist. It keeps you up to speed corporate wise. And so I want you to do that once a week. And if you missed it, make sure you catch up with the Zoom. So that'll become part of the video self-help, self-learning part. Okay. Now, attend an opportunity present. That's either like a Zoom presentation or some that someone else has given. You attend with them. Okay, so you can learn how somebody's giving it for you to someone you piqued an interest with. And then of course, you got this already in your phone, a list. We teach people how, but you're ultimately going to have to build a list of 500 people. And don't let it scare you. We teach you how. Just look in the associate track. We have a plan for building the business, and this is to build it harmoniously and with as least friction as possible. So we'll explain that plan to you and why. And then understand you're really looking for doing something that will give you a residual income and that you can count on in retirement, that will benefit you with not just all your own 100% effort, but efforts of other people, and that you get remunerated for that. Well, what's that mean? Well, J. Paul Getty said it best. I'd rather have the effort, 1% of the effort of 100 people than 100% of my own effort, because that's leveraged income. That's powerful. That means you get time. So the law of exponential expansion works best with networking, and that's you've got to have one partner on your left team, one partner on your right team. Doesn't matter if they're right at the, now on one side, they will be at the top pretty much. Maybe not, but you got to have one active on the left, one active on the right for you to build this business and get paid, for you to be authorized to get paid. So they need to do the same thing, but if they're only half as good as you, and the next time period, they only get one each, you got 4, and the next time period, you got 8, then 16, then 32, then 64, 128, 256. And, this is ideal, and you'd want the same amount of people on each left team and right team. And it doesn't happen ideally, but this is to illustrate it. But what if it took you 10 months to have 1,000 people in your organization? You don't get 1,000. You only needed one on the left, one on the right. Okay, well, you're going to be making that $500 every week, but you could be making more. So then you want to learn about rank up, okay? Because you're going to have a lot more points coming up than that. Because if you've got just 100 people on your left team and 100 people on your right team that are buying that autosaver every month to stay active and be active in a bit and to want to collect it, okay, like we all do. And so 20 points average times 100 is 2,000 points. Divide that by 4 weeks. That's 500 points a week coming up. Bingo. That could very well happen. Well, what if this is years, by the way? What are you doing with $500 and acquiring wealth and not making a $1.2 million mistake like we've all made? But no, we're not going to repeat it again, because if it happened in the past, it's going to happen even better in the future, I believe. Well, but if it took you 12 years to get 4,000 people in your team, you didn't do that. Other people talk to other people, maybe ping pong from country to country to country. You have a chance there to make 12,500 a week. Well, that's pretty good opportunity. But what if you only make 500 a week for the rest of your life? Would that hurt? Well, we have that kind of chance. Yes, success. Network marketing breeds success. It is the most efficient, effective industry in the world. Now, you've got to have a right attitude, because if you're not getting rich enough fast enough, that's not the right attitude. And you can't look at what other people are doing. Look at what you're doing. And that's why I tell people to read Chuck Swindoll, have it posted in their bathroom mirror or their kitchen door, 2 places people frequent most often, and read it before you begin the day, every day. And then take the Bible out. If you don't have one, go get one. And then open it up to John or Psalms or Proverbs, anywhere. I don't care. Just open it up, point your finger, start reading 15 minutes. 15 minutes a day. Why? Because you're going to learn all these skills, attitudes, and technique. You're going to learn leadership principles like that's never been taught before, because all these promoters, every one of them, teach it from that book. Okay? So, just go get it, just do it. And you tell me after 2 years that it doesn't work for you. Okay, all I ask is 2 years. And that's all you're asking out of your spot. Then in this, you're going to learn skills, attitudes, and techniques. You're going to get the belief you need about what? Learning. In our profession, you're going to see it all around you over this 2-year period. You're going to see other people do it. You're going to see, you're going to attend regionals. You're going to see local people succeeding, people you know. You're going to believe, you're going to develop a real belief in the business building system, my system, the company's system. See, I look them we lock them together, okay? And you're gonna believe because it's gonna work for you, and that's why you're gonna believe. And then you're gonna believe in the fact that you can do this, even if you've always failed at other attempts in the past. This one, you're gonna do. And so that's what I want you to share. Get your copies of this, print them out. Make sure these 7 pieces of paper are shared from one another to one another in that process. And I just say, welcome to 7K. And hopefully that gets you good and started. And we're going to go to my YouTube. This video is going to be posted up there in a 7K Hawaii Ohana Team slot. I forget what they call them, but and along with a couple others that I'm about to post up there. But aloha and have a great day. And I'm going to take question and answers for the rest of our